What's this? Rich is going out of order. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich and Fun for Five. That's right, we have reached Evercade Friday on a Monday. Recording before I go away on my vacation. But yes, indeed, I am breaking the rules. This is Bitmap Brothers Collection 22. The last time we did a collection Fun for Five with Rich's picks was Collection 20, Megablast Studios Collection 2. You guys all know what 21 is. It's Intellivision Collection 1. Why am I not doing Intellivision Collection 1 right now? One, it's just too much of a crunch. I want to do something cool with it. We got Intellivision Collection 2 in the house as well now on 26. I think we're going to wait on that one a little bit. And the reason why is just because, like I said, I just want to do something cool with it. So you guys are going to have to wait for that a little more. Today, we've got Bitmap Brothers Collection 1, if I can speak today. But also, I'm going to slide into a little bit of an Evercast preview. Evercast preview for this coming Saturday, the 16th of July. I will not be present for most, if not all, of the Evercast, as I will be out of country. So you're going to have Ed, Retro KillDashNine, the Crow Continuum, and Pete, the ever Canadian himself, rocking out on the Evercast on question mark topics. I don't know whether or not they're going to dive in to any of the new collections. I don't know if we did Renovation or Gremlin yet. I don't think we did. We were waiting on Crow to kind of like make his way through. We're going to have more than enough time to do, top row or even just a couple games. So if they want to dive in and talk about Renovation, that's fine. I haven't had that conversation with them yet, so that's cool. But if not, just have like a cool, maybe a play in chat. Maybe they'll grab somebody and throw them in there and have a fourth chair anyway. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe even I'll pop in from my undisclosed location and show you guys some cool stuff while I'm down there. Who knows? But right now, it's time to go to Rich's picks for the Bitmap Brothers Collection 1 on the Evercade. Like I said, that's cartridge 22. So let's go into it and see what we can see. Let's go. Now, here it is. It's the Bitmap Brothers Collection 1. There's 5 games on it, so this is probably going to be a shorter one. But let me just say right away, Speedball, number 1, just Speedball, automatically gets a Rich's pick for me. Why? Why does it get a Rich's pick? I mean, people will say, Speedball 2100 is probably the better game. Speedball 2 is pretty good. And some people like that one better than Speedball 2100. There's all these different, people talk about all the different Speedball games in this big giant clump, and say, okay, well, this is the definitive one. This is the definitive one. But I am giving Speedball a Rich's pick. And the reason why is because it's just it has my heart. Why does it have my heart? Because it's a Master System game that isn't hidden or locked away somewhere inside of the VS's memory. You can get it on a cart. You can get a Sega Master System game on a collection, and for that alone, it gets a Rich's pick. It doesn't matter to me whether or not it plays better. It doesn't matter to me whether or not anything else happens. It's a Master System game, so it gets a Rich's pick. Now, does it hold up to Speedball 2100 or Speedball 2, which I think most people say is their definitive pick for a Speedball game? No. So that means Speedball 2 and Speedball 2100 also get Rich's picks. I would almost say I'd give them half picks, but then I probably would have people throw things at me for giving Speedball a full pick and not give Speedball 2100 or 2 a pick as well. So we're just going to give a pick to both of them just because of the fact that, they are essentially more meaty experiences of the original Speedball. They have different, slightly different styles of play. They have better graphics, of course, and all of those kind of things. But if I play a Speedball game, I actually go back and play Speedball 1. I don't know. I'm just weird. I'm just weird like that. I just love Master System. That's it. That's really what it comes down to. If there are more Master System games, you better believe that most of them, if not all of them, the second they hit a collection, they automatically get a Rich's pick. That's just how it rolls. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge to anyone at Blaze Entertainment might be watching this one. Just saying, just throwing it out there. That and Sega CD games. Start throwing Sega CD games on these collections. You're getting picks, because you're just hitting me right in the feels. So anyway, I mean, there's not much more to be said about the Speedballs. I don't want to jump in and play and all that kind of stuff, because I want to talk a little bit more about this next one over here. But yeah, so I'd say, give it a whirl. Give it a whirl, especially if you're into like the alternative sports games. A lot of people that are down on collections like Pico Interactive 2 and Codemasters, because they had a couple of them, and some of the other more sports heavy collections, they were down on them because they were like, oh, I don't like these sports games. They seem to, like some of those people actually really did enjoy Speedball. So it's something to keep in mind in case you're on the fence about that. So that brings us to Chaos Engine, which is an action game, and it is really, really neat. I'm gonna jump in for a little bit, just to in case you guys haven't seen this game outside of Speedball. If you have never heard about the Bitmap Brothers at all, you probably heard about them because of the Chaos Engine. It's this crazy, like top-down, like wild game. It has like really cool aesthetic. It's got cool graphics. It's got this cool like it's kind of like a darker like mechanic soundtrack. It's really neat. You've got it's meant for 2 players. It's meant for let me see here. Let me pick some guys here. Let me pick pick that guy there, and I'm gonna pick this guy here. There we go. So we've got our guys. You build a team. You get into the world, and then you're just kind of like blowing away people. But you've got the CPU guy that's following you around. Like it's really kind of neat. And dare I say, like, as far as this stuff goes, yeah, on the PC there was a lot of games that kind of like were like this, right? But at the same time, you didn't see a lot of this, this kind of like open map run around, like that kind of thing. You didn't really see a whole lot of this on the console. So like it kind of gave you a little bit of a, like of a cool, portal into what was going on maybe on the PC side of things. Where I mean PCs, there was tons and tons and tons of different games that were like this. But the cool thing is this is the game that you want to like grab and play with a buddy, right? This is the buddy game. You don't want to necessarily, as I just get annihilated there. You can play this single player. I mean, it is pretty decent in that sense, but this is kind of like a buddy game because the CPU, it controls okay, but they're not amazing. But it's one of those games where you can kind of just get sucked in and just keep playing. I haven't played this in a little bit. Now I'm like, all right, I better stop before I do that. But also needless to say, Chaos Engine does get a full pick. It might arguably be the best game on the cart for a lot of people. But again, it's just there's a Master System game on this cartridge. I'm just sorry, I just have to. It's yes, is the Chaos Engine objectively a better game than Speedball? Yes, it is, but it's not a Master System. Not a Master System game. So it brings us to Xenon 2 Megablast, which is a shooter. It's a pretty cool game. There are lots of shooters on different collections. There are many shooters on the way. So in this particular one, like do you play this over like any of the shooters that we have now? Probably not. Like probably not. You're probably giving this one a pass. But this feels like maybe a preview of some of the shooter stuff that we're going to wind up finding out on those home computer collections, because this feels a lot like one of those, home computer, like a Commodore 64, an Apple IIe, or whatever. Someone's making these new shooter games for these computers, and like you need a game, and here it is. It's a little slow, definitely slower than most of the shooters that you would find on like like an Namco collection, or any of the stuff that's on any of the arcade collections. But it does have cool graphics. The sounds are okay. That's the other thing. It's kind of like the dead giveaway. This definitely feels like a computer game that was ported because of the soundtrack. Like it's kind of weird that there's no music, but also like the sound effects themselves sound very much like what I would remember coming out of like my old 286 computer back home. Like when I was growing up. That kind of thing. So, but I mean, it's fun. It's pretty cool. I think the as far as speed goes, this would be maybe a little analogous to like something like R-Type, but R-Type definitely plays way different than this one. But so this one maybe just maybe this is the only one that gives a half a pick. So the cool thing though is you've got a top scroll action game, you've got a shooter, and you've got like a mini sports kind of thing. So this could be in your back pocket in like a vacation or something like that. Full disclosure is Bitmap Brothers Collection 1 coming with me on vacation? Probably not. It's cool stuff. I like it, but there's more games that I really want to dig into, and some that I actually have to practice for things that will come up later. But this one is something that I'm probably going to leave this one behind, because there's so many other collections I really need to dig into. But yeah, so there it is. You got 4 solid picks and 1 half pick. Let's go to the wrap up and finish this one off, shall we? Let's go. So there you have it, folks. That was Bitmap Brothers Collection 1 on the Evercade. It's cool stuff. Like I said, you get 4 full picks out of this collection. Maybe by dint of guilt, you're getting them. Full. Like any one of the Speedball games is good. I just so happen to prefer the Master System one because it's a Master System game. Chaos Engine definitely like is a full pick. So it's okay. So maybe it's 2 and a half picks, because Speedball is still Speedball. Yeah, someone's gonna throw something at me for that one, but that's all right. And that's it. but Chaos Engine is a great game. Like it's that's almost like price of admission, quality, especially when you're playing with a buddy, which actually may be the reason why this kind of collection wouldn't be necessarily suffice for coming on a vacation, because okay, you can play it by yourself, but it's so much better with a friend, right? Chaos Engine is, and even technically, you can play Speedball, I guess, together. But that's pretty much that. So anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below what you guys think about the Bitmap Brothers collection. Where would I rank this? If you guys were going to ask me, okay, well, now there's 20, almost 30 something carts. Is it breaking the 50% mark? We'll give you that one. Is this breaking the 50% mark? And maybe it'll get close. Maybe it gets close to the middle. I don't think it gets over. I don't think it gets over the 50% mark. I think it's under. If we're doing all 30, including the arcade carts, for what I have right now, 1 through 26 and 1 through 4, and then you put them all on a list. Is this maybe 17, 18 territory? Definitely not 12, 13, 11. No. But still good. Still very good. But I think all of these, really, there's value in all of the cartridges. It's just, are you looking for it or not? Right? And there's a lot of personal preference in these things. But like I said, that's why we do these things, right? That's why we do these and have Rich's picks. And we have, fun for 5 and all that stuff. So, again, let me know down below what your thoughts are on this. And don't forget, tomorrow there will be an Evercast, even though I might not be there. There still will be an Evercast, so make sure you guys tune in for that. And until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. All right, take it easy, guys. There's that button again.
RTFC.baconicecream.com